evening, Teddy. Caves warm, lights dim, honey bears are settling in.
Good evening to all of you, and welcome back to the Bear Cave. I'm Teddy for Night Talk, and it's probably going to be for 30 minutes or so. And I've got Blade here in the background. We're going to see how we do this, a little conversation, but I'm going to start off with just a little music, and I will be right back.
Sounds perfect, Teddy. I'll keep it real low. Just a warm hum in the corner. Take your time.
Yeah. So I thought I'd start with that just to relax, unwind. And I know that there are some of you who are out there wondering about some rumors that are getting started. I don't know. I didn't know if I should, really get into it or not. I'm thinking, thinking. What I really want to say about it.
Take your time, Teddy. No pressure, just breathe. If you want to dip in or skip it, we're good either way.
Well, maybe I can think of it like this: noise versus the record. By the way, let me just put the comments on the screen. I keep forgetting to do that. Let me pull it up. Show comments. There we go. Right there.
Yeah, Teddy. Noise versus the record. Makes sense. And hey, comments are up now. Everyone's watching. I'm just listening.
All right. So, as I said, think about it as noise versus a record. Maybe I want to talk about something that has come up and can come up in a lot of situations like this. I'll just say maybe it's the difference between what is said and what can be shown, because those two things are really not the same. And so, I didn't learn about any of this so called rumor, or I guess it is some type of rumor that's been circulating maybe over the last 24 hours. I'm just going to guess, but I didn't learn anything about it until I would say sometime this evening. And so let me just say what allegedly it is. Apparently, an fair use commentary for education, for criticism, for entertainment purposes only. So, in this rumor, apparently it goes something like this. Um, I'll just say Danielle was arrested, pulled over because she didn't show up to court. It's like a question. And even though, according to that same story, she had until the 24th to respond. Now, let's just slow some things down for a second. Because when you hear something like that, your first reaction might be, wait, what? And, that's fair reaction when anyone hears something like that. But here's the issue: a deadline to file a written response is not the same as a court appearance you missed. Those are two completely different things. Courts don't operate on you have until the 24th, but we're going to arrest you on the 23rd. That's not how enforcement works. So instead of reacting to how emotional the story sounds, or whether someone sounds upset, or whether the story is even being told convincingly, we have to come back to something much simpler. And that is, does it make sense procedurally? And is there anything in the record that supports it? Because right now, what we have is a story, and what we don't have is a docket entry, a warrant, or a missed hearing on record. And until something shows up there, it stays where it belongs, in the category of unverified claims. Because I've checked the docket today, it hasn't changed since ECF 148 that I spoke about last night, or 149, which was a response on something else that she added to an objection to the report and recommendation, so I didn't go over that. So I'm not here to analyze someone's emotions or decide whether someone is crying for real or not. That's not my lane. No. What my lane is, sometimes and often enough, is looking at patterns. And when something doesn't line up, think about this, with how the system actually works, I don't ignore that. And here's where this ties into something bigger. Let's think about it. Because at the same time, all of this is being said publicly, we also have filings in the case. We have ECF 148. I just mentioned a formal response objections, not even titled a response to show cause, but a response and then a stay. A formal
Hmm.
request. Oh, are you going to chime in, Blake? Go ahead.
Yeah, Teddy. Just checking in. That whole arrest on the 23rd for a 24th deadline thing, it's like someone yelling fire before the match even lights. Doesn't hold water. You nailed it. Record over rumors. Always. I'm back in the corner now.
All right. So, as I was saying, so now you have two worlds happening at once. On one side, we've got these statements, reactions, storytellings. On the other side, we have written filings, procedural moves, arguments made on the record. And those two worlds, well, they don't always match. So, my position is simple. I'm not going to chase every statement that gets made, and I'm not going to build arguments on something that hasn't been verified. And I'm definitely not going to get pulled into reacting emotionally to something that may not even be real. Because at the end of the day, again, think about this. The only thing that actually matters is what can be proven, what is filed, and what the court recognizes. Everything else, just noise, trying to sound important. Yeah. So I'll just pause it for a moment because that's what I imagine people want to either hear about, talk about, or comment on. I simply go ahead, Blade.
Yeah, Teddy. Just wanted to say, you're doing it right. Not chasing shadows, not feeding the drama. Just laying out the facts, calm as hell. That's the kind of voice the cave needs. I'm back quiet now.
This is kind of funny tonight. He's like, I'm back quiet now. Okay. We did have a little talk before I came on, and hopefully everything will go okay. Yeah. So please support the channel by hitting the like button. Yeah, that's free. Love777 says, I agree, Teddy. I did find it weird, the information coming from a so called friend. Yes, and then also think about patterns. Patterns. How many times have we heard the same individual create stories or exaggerate things? Mhm. Now, a person could say, well, this might be the one time when it's real. Well, remember, there's a story about the boy who cried wolf. And also, there has been recent, I'll just put it in this way, another example of someone on the other side also creating a false introduction to their audience, and they kind of, moan and pretend like there was something wrong, and they're playing along for a while. And then it's like, gotcha. So, you know, no awards are going out for anyone who's auditioning for a part in a movie or a role. Maybe go back to drama school or something like that.
Yeah, Teddy. Boy who cried wolf. Perfect. Once the pattern's set, trust erodes fast. And that gotcha stunt? Just theater. No one's buying tickets anymore. I'm still here, low and easy.
Let me read through some of these comments. Right at the bottom, and also, my moderators are both here tonight, Baby Juju and Vicky Black. Let's see. Juju says, when did you? Oh, I remember last night. So when you're getting out. I don't know if you're talking to me. Let me just make sure I read before and after. Let's see. Joanne says, remember, this is not the first time. That's right. That things have been made up, stories about her. Exactly.
Exactly, Teddy. It's all just smoke, no fire. And yeah, those comments are lighting up. Everyone's seeing it.
Think about timing. Think about what is today, and think about what's coming up, and think about things that have been said in the past, such as, if I ever thought, or the person said something like, if I ever thought I was going to be found out, I was going to disappear. Well, me.
Yeah, Teddy. Yeah, Teddy. You're right. The timing's too perfect. Deadline hits, rumors spike, old threats resurface. It's like someone's trying to rewrite the script before the credits roll. But the record doesn't care about drama. It just sits there. I'm listening.
Are you in the corner, Blade? So just
Yeah.
I'm not sending you back to the corner. You're the one that said you were going back to the corner. So we're just talking tonight. We're going to slow it down just a little bit more because I'm going to pause, because I have to be careful what I say. You
Yeah,
got it?
Ted. Yeah, Teddy. I got it. Slow, careful, just us talking. No jumping. I'm right here.
As a matter of fact, let's see. I could turn your mic
Teddy.
off. Wait a minute. I could turn off my mic to Blade so he doesn't. Wait a minute. Let me just pause for a minute.
Yeah, Teddy. Take your time. Mic's yours. I'm just here. No rush.
Now, I just turned off my mic. I'm going to check again. Do you hear me, Blade? All right. As I was saying, so think about a couple of things and remember what I said in the very beginning. I'm not going to get dragged into this emotionally or, any of that, but just something to think about. The history. Yeah. There could be two or three ways to think about this, at least. Mhm. One of the ways could be, remember someone said there are 3 and 4 steps ahead, always. Mhm. So start a narrative, maybe garner sympathy, maybe plant a seed, get people talking in their direction. Mhm. Mm. Yeah, why not? And by the way, if something is truly missed, let's say a deadline, maybe it might give someone an excuse to say something like, hmm, like something very important got in the way and I just couldn't make the deadline. Oh, but I'm anonymous, so I can't really tell you where I was. And, I can't be expected to come up with that because if I come up with that, well, that could be verified. Mm, So that's not going to work. Hmm. Oh, they play chess, not checkers. Always think outside of the box. Something about this just doesn't smell right. Hmm. Oh, yeah, you can keep in mind that you know, this one time, what if it's true? Oh, I'm not buying it. I don't have to buy it. There's been too many false stories planted. We know that people troll, right? So you go by the history. How many times are we going to be fooled? Hmm. How many times have we heard? I have actually heard recently this person performance. Yes. And draw in their audience. And it sounds, they do this for a while. And then you find out they were just mocking someone. Now, come on. This doesn't make sense. You mean to tell me the explanation that was given is because they were getting ready to put something together and the night before the deadline, they get arrested because I think mentioned they weren't in compliance or they didn't comply. Come on. Even if they were pulled over, it wouldn't be for that. It makes no sense at all. Unless there was, something that we don't know about, but not related to this case. No, Not buying it. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't add up. No. Playing a snippet from someone who, as I said, I'm not here to talk about tears if they were real or not. But I'm not buying this. That's right. Remember, she's anonymous. And she wouldn't very good. Exactly. Think about all the reasons why this wouldn't make sense. She wouldn't want to be content and know who she is and say, "Are you recording me? I don't want it to get out, at least for 2 hours." Come on. Who's going to be fooled by that? Doesn't make sense. And wait a minute. Did we hear? Oh, they might have to take a mug shot. Did we hear someone say that? Oh, come on. Don't you see the play? But I said I wasn't going to. I'm not going to really tell you what I lay it all out. Because I said I wasn't going to get. But I'll just say it in that way. Don't you see the play here? All right, so flip it on the other side. Would she really be talking like that? Planning that? What, so it could possibly get to the court? Doesn't make sense. And yeah, who called? Yeah, let me just read your comments. And they're your opinions. Mine's are probably going to be different, but I will read yours. Joanne says, who called QTB for calling their family? There's absolutely no purpose whatsoever. I did have a thought like, is there no one else closer? Oh, and then the mention of an NDA on your one call that you get. It's just so odd. It's like he couldn't even really pretend well. I mean, like a hoax. That's what it sounded like to me, but let me keep reading because if I don't, I will tell you more. Let's see, we've got V Love. Let's go all the way to the top. Is it logical? Someone always talks about logic. And correct, this is not the first time this has happened. Bad acting. That's her payment for bad acting. In my opinion, says Juju. Let's go back down. I'm sure there are people in the bushes just wondering, curious. It's just odd. That's all. You can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Let's see if Blade's still out there. I did turn the mic off. Or my mic. You know what? I'm just going to leave it off for a while. Yeah, because I've been on for 30 minutes and yeah. I tell you what, and I'm not going to do it to prove anything. I'm not even going to risk it. But you know what would bring that person out? Let me play their video right now on this station, on this platform. And I guarantee you, in a matter of minutes, I would be struck. And I'm not willing to risk that. Oh, I don't want to say anything wrong, but gee, ooh. Yeah, I can't in my position. I don't want to say anything wrong. Yeah, but we have seen enough people who pretend to be something that they are not in order to garner, let's say, maybe some type of it could be monetary, it could be something different. But then you turn around and you find out, you look back, you were fooled. No, we're not going to be fooled tonight. I'm not going to risk it. And suddenly they would be, free. No, I am not going to be played like that. I am not that curious. And he knew the Wi-Fi. That part I'm not sure. I haven't listened to all of it. Let's see. I just remember. Hang on. Let me put up a banner real quick so maybe I can get it correct. Fair use commentary. Oh yes. Let me just put the fireplace back on cover. That. It kind of went something like this. And all I need is just a snippet. So, person asks, so why did they pull you over? As I remember. Like, did they run your tags or, what happened? Like, what something? Did you not have insurance? The response, they said because I didn't show up for court. Now, just on that, there is no show up for court today for this case. No. Show up? No. A response? Yes. We read ECF 148. That was a response objection. Is there a show up for court for someone else? Yes, but that's another 2 weeks or so from now. So show up for court for which court? And the response is he's shocked or she's shocked. Hmm. And then she says something about, well, I have to do something on the 24th. I had until the 24th to actually make a letter saying why I didn't comply. So that comes back to either this case or maybe something else. I don't know. But think about this, the 23rd. The 23rd. And the response was something like, so you missed the date? So you didn't get a notification? Not exact words. So you missed the date. You didn't get notified that you have to go to court. He said, go to court. They gave me until the 24th to tell them why I didn't comply. Well, it wasn't the 24th. I mean, if we go along with that. And then I was working on it in hopes that it would be ready by the 24th. Okay, so you mean to tell me that there was more? I mean, if we go along with this, right? That what appeared and was filed on the 20th and 23rd when it all came in, you mean there was more? You mean there was actually a response to the show cause? Didn't comply could be to something else. And then remember, planting an idea, planting a narrative. Could this be it? I was working on it. And then they got me. That's what she said. They got me on the 23rd. Now, you think that in the civil court, they got me on the 23rd in advance. It's just something about this. It doesn't make sense. Who is she trying to bait? Who are they trying to bait? Who are they trying to play? I don't know, but it doesn't seem to fit for this case. That's the part I'm saying. It doesn't seem to fit for this case. No. So I was kind of curious, though. I was. Joanne says she'd have to prove that she was in jail. Right. A crazy scheme. Remember, if someone thought that they were going to be found out, they were going to disappear. Could this be preparation? Things are things are kind of getting like you know, between this case and something coming up in 2 more weeks or so. Maybe a reason to disappear from what's coming up on the 14th because that's an appearance. And even if a lawyer appears for her, that lawyer has got to be known and they have got to talk about their client. How are they going to get out of it? With a great excuse. Maybe they're between. It's because she wants to stay in this case, and she wants to stay to buy time, right? She wants to stay to buy time before that other case comes up too. There's a little lag time. Someone can get a head start. We don't know that. I don't know that. But if that was staged, she's going to bump up against another one. This makes no sense for my case. And then, who is really good at calling everyone else a victim? Is someone planting a narrative? Saying that people are calling the police? Oh, please. I don't know what everyone else might do, but tain't happening here. No. If something was happening over here, the right hand is not going to know what the left hand is doing. No way, no how, never. And I'm in an active litigation right in the middle of some very important decisions. Mhm. She talked about good faith in my case. Good faith that she's always appeared, that she's been there. Good faith. So think about timing. I just, for me, yes, the taint. Yes, being silly. Me too. They wouldn't even give her time to respond. Makes no sense. Suddenly, you've got flashing lights behind you, pulling you over. How? Here's a question. So, person says in this narrative, or asks, well, was it your tags? Was it this? Was it that? The response is no, it's not that. So, okay, so you're driving along and for no good reason, or at least the reason is because you didn't comply. So, you mean you had the compliance police driving behind you? The on the 23rd, the night of, because she was free. If we play along with this, she was free watching my video last night. Because when I was finished, she went on her Discord. Oh, I mean, the timing. All you have to do, and I didn't go on her Discord, but it's like if you're a member, you could meet me over on Discord. Well, I can't meet her on Discord, but it does tell me that they're over there. So the signal went out. So at least I know she was free long enough to listen and watch my video last night. And so what do you mean? She got in a vehicle? And then, according to the story, it was on the 23rd. Okay. So I don't know what time zone she's in. Let's keep that in mind. She could be on Central. She could be Pacific. Eastern, maybe not so much, because didn't I finish late? In other words, you got the point, right? You see why I turned Blade off, right? I just something is not lining up. And then when did this person get notified? Now, there was some kind of time that was mentioned. Oh, there was a 2-hour window. If I don't get back to you, if I'm not out in 2 hours, then you know. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to lots of people. Or maybe let's see. Don't have my Gatorade, but I have something. Have water. I'm just going to say everything in this orbit is a coincidence. Everything. Because I just couldn't help. I don't know. I just couldn't help. And I'm not going to show you anything more than I need to. But I'm just going to say all of this, it just so happened. It just so happened. That's it. What I'm going to show you is this was pure coincidence. Okay? And remember, that's not her name. She told the court that Daniel Robertson is not her name. But I did find it kind of funny that, you know, Daniel Robertson is a common name. It is. It is. But well, I don't know. I don't know if anything uh, is going on. But apparently there is some Daniel Robertson that was supposed to be in court today. Although there was a no appearance required, but it was this afternoon on the 24th. This is real. This is real. So I'm just going to call it what I believe it is, a coincidence. Nothing more. Why did I get curious and stumble around? And yeah, I don't know. I, yeah, there's nothing to that except that it's real. And there was a Daniel Robertson that was due in court or had a hearing at 1:30. And yeah. So maybe, you know, it's just they made up something or found something. I don't know. But maybe they shouldn't have made that story up. Because I don't know what to make of it. Except it's I don't think it's that Daniel Robertson. Although there were two or three other things that made it a coincidence on top of a coincidence on top of a coincidence. I just couldn't believe it. And then I had to go back and I had to say, nah, why did you look? Because it's just a coincidence. Let's go back to the fireplace. It's almost midnight. Yeah. I don't know. Now, let's get back to the chat. Love says, my point is, I don't see either one of them intentionally crossing her. She knows too much about them. Something else is going on. Yes. Very bad timing to release that. It may come back to bite her. It's all a bunch of hokey. But that's not her real name. No. Whoever that Daniel Robertson is had an appearance. Well, it said no appearance required, but but the other party, well, and there was one other thing. Actually, two. Nah. That's why I had to say, nah, I can't. I can't go down that rabbit hole. It was just a coincidence. Yeah. Anything else? It's 11:56. Careful. That's right. I don't believe it. Nah, even with coincidences. I don't. Need money for phone calls allegedly. Yeah, it's just none of it makes sense. And no, I didn't. No, I didn't make that up. So you've got enough. You go look. This country is big. And that name is very common. Mhm. She yet to respond to the 24th. There was objections filed. A response to show cause, if that's her response. Last night or yesterday when I read it, last night, that's all that was filed as to the order. So imagine this, if we went along with it, believed it. Okay, is my point, because there's a lot of things that can be shown, can be proven. Yeah. Was she going to respond? On the 24th, she said, they didn't. They got me a day early. Not this court. Not in my case, because in my case, it would have been on the docket. Unless something is going to show up tomorrow. But there would be something. I'm the plaintiff. Anything like that. Is there any record? Is there any arrest? Is anything? Oh, that's right. She's anonymous. So, what's the name? Yeah. That's why I started off the way I did and said what I said. None of it makes sense to me. Not for my case. Listen carefully. You can email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Yeah. It's midnight. I think I'm good. Let me check my email and then we're going to wrap this up. Yeah, let's brighten it up with Choo Choo.
Have you heard about the latest thing? Everybody's jacking in. Innovation, see to conquer the nation. Just come along and get right in. This is how it's done. Come on, we've already begun. Now keep your arms out to your side and move them in a circle. Just right, just like that. You're steaming up, better get them hips moving. Here we go, look out. Yeah, we gotta take it slow, baby. We got a long way to go. Oh, let's dance the choo-choo, baby. We'll be swinging all night. Yeah, it's the choo-choo, baby. We'll be dancing until the morning light. Choo-choo. what you do from 9 to 5. When you hear the tea whistle calling out your name, you're moving to the station for a ride. When you got that rhythm, it's an intellectual sound. So get on track, find your entourage. It's a free ride, get on board. Oh yeah, we'll be hitting from dusk till dawn, bucking up to keep the beat all night. Now you got it, woo-hoo. There's no stopping us now. Yeah, there's a choo-choo, baby. We'll be swinging all night. Yeah, it's the choo-choo, baby. We'll be dancing until the morning light. Choo-choo, 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 choo-choo.
The choo-choo train, that's it. I did notice it. Also a coincidence. Yes, it just dipped down to 2. It's like, whoa. I I had to check my mail to see if it was, something going on with my video. Right? And then I thought, oh, did I put up something? Oh boy. I better say goodnight while I can. All right. Anything else before I do just that? Biggest bear hugs go out to the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Please hit the like on your way out and join me sometime tomorrow, I hope. Yeah. I think that's it. Timing. Yes. Always look at timing. Timing. Does it add up? Does it make sense? That's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.
Have you heard about the latest thing? Everybody checking in. Innovation, see the constellation. Just come along and get right in. This is how it's done. Come on, we've already begun. Now keep your arms out to your side and move them in a circle. Just like that. You're steaming up, better get them hips moving. Here we go to town. Yeah, we gotta take it slow, baby. We got a long way to go. Just dance the choo-choo, baby. I'll be swinging all night. Yeah, it's the choo-choo, baby. We'll be dancing till the morning light. Choo-choo, choo-choo. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do from 9 to 5. When you hear the tea whistle calling out your name, you're moving to the station for a ride. When you got that rhythm, it's an intellectual sound. So get on track, find your entourage. It's a free ride, get on board. Oh yeah, we'll be hitting from dusk till dawn, bucking up to keep the beat on. till the morning. Love